Alright everybody, welcome back to the Sports VIP Lounge. We finally have a name for the podcast. We're going to actually have a format, and yes, it keeps changing, but we're going to try and keep it to an extent at this time. Our guest is Henry.
Hello.
And so we're going to start off with the format, basically. We'll start off with the intro, which is where we are. Primetime games, which is the big games and night games. Rapid fire questions, so it'll be 3 questions to ask to like the other people. One person each. Panic or no panic is these 5 teams in panic or no panic. Best team and worst team, right? And you're gonna down your worst and best team, and then we'll finish it off with the game predictions. So for this, we will start off with primetime games. So the first one is the Saints versus the Cardinals.
DeAndre Hopkins will be returning this week. Connor, do you think that'll make a factor on the game?
Oh, yes. I actually think this is going to be a big step up for the Cardinals. Yeah. I think DeAndre Hopkins is going to be a big part in this game.
And that's, they also actually required Robbie Anderson, who left the team basically in Antonio Brown fashion with the Panthers this weekend. Henry, any thoughts on this game?
This game will be a very good one, folks. I don't know. This is going to be real close.
All right, Dolphins versus Steelers, Sunday Night Football. It will be played at the Dolphins Stadium. And actually, the Steelers coming off a very surprising and close victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady, who I actually am a Buccaneers fan, so it's very an unpleasant loss there.
Pretty dang pleasant for me.
As Lewis is a Steelers fan. So, any thoughts on the wide receivers for the Dolphins right now, as they're basically leading the NFL, both of them receivers?
Yeah, well, the receivers for the Dolphins, Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, very, very skilled receivers, but the quarterback situation right now is not good. As they might be on their third string quarterback again. The Steelers wide receivers are pretty good, but again, same thing, quarterback situation is not good, so it's going to be interesting.
And then the final game, the Bears and the Patriots, which will be Monday Night Football. The Bears, not a good win Thursday night, as they're going to get a ton of rest to prepare for this game. Connor, as Ramondre Stevenson played very well, is what I said that he had to for the Patriots to actually dominate the Browns. Do you think he'll keep up this pace?
To be honest, Nolan, I do not think Ramondre Stevenson has enough experience or anything related to that to keep a consistent of good games. So I don't think he will do that well this game.
Then Henry, the quarterbacks for the Patriots, Bailey Zappi, who's been playing well. Do you think he will keep it up?
I'm going to be honest with you, Nolan. I think he's been doing very, very well. It might just been a stroke of luck, but I think he's going to keep it up.
So, Connor, do you think this game is a must? Dolphins versus Steelers. Do you think this game's a must-win for the Steelers?
Yes, I do. The Steelers need to win this game if they want a chance to go to the playoffs. I don't know about their schedule, but not a lot of teams go to the playoffs starting the season 2-5. They're going to need to win most. They're going to have to win out if they really want to get a good spot in the playoffs.
It's 2-4.
2-4.
Yeah. All right, Lewis, what are your other questions?
Nolan. So, I already asked Connor this one, but I'll just get your input on it too. Will Hopkins make an impact on the Cardinals game?
Coming back, Hopkins probably will, and he's gonna have to have a big game just to start him off, especially how he's not been playing as DeAndre Hopkins normally would at the end of the year last year. So I don't know. He'd have to make a big impact.
Henry. So, Kenny Pickett went out with a concussion last week, right? But Mitch Trubisky came in and looked pretty good. Maybe has some fight in him. Who will be the quarterback?
I'm going to be honest. They're both very, very, very good. But I think Trubisky, he's going to stay in there. He's been there for a while. I think he's going to stay. And yeah.
So I'll go with my questions. So for Lewis, who's your MVP right now?
This is hard. One of my people that I would say is Lamar Jackson. He's looking like he did that year they won the MVP, but I mean, you can't count Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes out of the conversation because they're so good. I mean, yeah.
All right, for Connor, can Amon-Ra St. Brown, I know you're a Lions fan, become a superstar?
Might be a little biased, but yes, he can definitely become a superstar. If he's healthy. Of course, he got injured, but he's going to be back this week after coming off the bye. Lions are stronger than ever. Nobody's hurt. But Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think he's going to show up and show out.
All right, so Henry, the very big, probably the best division in the league. Who will win the NFC East?
In my opinion, I got the Eagles because the Eagles, they got like a complete team. Jalen Hurts, he's been playing well. I'm going to be honest. They're going to win it.
Lewis, how do you think the Chiefs will do against the 49ers after their loss to the Bills?
I think they'll bounce back. I mean, they've lost games and come back just as strong, if not stronger. So I think I don't think it'll be close. I think the Chiefs blow them out.
So Nolan, who do you think the underdog of the league is right now?
Probably the Dolphins. Then there's been a ton of questions. Actually, probably the Eagles. The Eagles had so many questions, especially at the quarterback position, Jalen Hurts. And I think they figured that out, and I think they're my best team in the NFL.
So, Henry, what do you think about the Lions-Cowboys game, and why do you think that way?
I'm going to be honest. For the win, I'm rooting for the upset. I think the Lions are going to win this one. But for the Cowboys for that game, for like the positions and stuff, for their running backs, I think Ezekiel Elliott, he's going to do really well for this game. But yeah, for quarterbacks, I think I got Jared Goff because I got a feeling he's going to do really well.
All right, so the panic or no panic. There's five teams. We'll start it off with the Dolphins.
I think there's a panic for this team because I mean they looked really good at the start of the year, and now Tua, considering retirement, and all these other just quarterbacks and their defense, they don't look like as strong as they did at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I agree 100% with Lewis here. Yet again, the Tua situation, I think it's going downhill. He's getting a little better, but I mean, it's just going downhill for the Dolphins. Started off strong. I do not think they're going to be able to finish strong.
I think, in my opinion, actually, I have a no panic on this one. The Dolphins, actually, they have a lot of veteran experience, and especially those wide receiver crew. Tyreek Hill is a veteran, and Jalen Waddle, who I think he can show up as well. Henry, what is your opinion on the Dolphins?
I think there's a panic. I'm going to be honest with you. Because the games that they've played so far, they've done decent, but they've been losing these games. They have one win that they did pretty decent at with the Bills, but I'm going to be honest, it's definitely a panic.
And then we're going to go with the Raiders, who are 1-4 to start off the year, but they've got a lot of star-studded talent.
Devontae Adams, not a good look for him. So he obviously is frustrated with his team. Derek Carr has been okay. hasn't been playing up to par or what they hoped for. I think this is also a panic.
Yeah, yet again, this is 100% a panic. Just the Raiders in general, they're not looking too good. They have stars, yes, but without a good, a set-up team that has a good base, I guess I want to say. Yeah, I don't think. This is definitely a panic.
All right.
Yeah.
Henry.
I think this one's a panic, guys. So the Raiders, they've been playing pretty good, but just in general, it's the Raiders. They're usually decent, but they usually don't go that far, in my opinion. Well, for last season. But going into this season, I thought they were going to be pretty good, but the games that they've played, it just shows me that it's going to be a panic.
All right, so the Titans, 3-2. They have not looked good at all. The offensive side of the ball also. Derrick Henry's been a little bit slower to start off the year than he normally is. I'm going to start off with this one. I think there's a panic in this one. It may not seem that it is. The Titans, they don't have that big receiver in A.J. Brown that they normally have. It's Traylon Burks, but he doesn't have any experience whatsoever. And he's been okay. So I have a panic in this one.
The Titans, I honestly haven't seen them much this year. Haven't heard much about them. Based on what I have seen, Derrick Henry needs to step it up. He's maybe he's going downhill in his career right now. He's had a short prime. Ryan Tannehill, again, shaky. Panic. Their whole team just looks shaky.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against this. I think there's no panic on this team. I think the Titans normally need to settle into their game. I think Derrick Henry comes out at the end of the season. So yeah.
Start off with Lewis. Is this a panic or no panic?
They haven't been putting very many points on the board, but they haven't. Their record doesn't show it, but I feel like they've been dominating their games. No panic.
Okay, in my opinion, for the Broncos, panic time. They paid a ton of money for Russ, and he's not been playing as he normally does. So I think panic on this one.
No, I'm gonna go no panic with the Broncos. I think Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton will do well in the rest of the season, so it's no panic.
I think it's a little bit of a panic here because all their games have been very, very close. Their players, they're doing okay. Russell Wilson, he hasn't been playing. So, I think it's a panic.
All right, so then the last team for the panic or no panic is the Bengals. This team, they did basically the same thing as last year. And, yeah, they're not having a great record, but we'll start off with Henry on this one.
All right. The Bengals. This one's a good topic here. I think it's a little bit of a panic here because they're not the same, in my opinion, they're not the same team as they were last year, the Super Bowl and all that, but they're still pretty solid. It's close, it's on the verge, but I think it's panic.
The Bengals are at the top of the AFC North right now, behind the Ravens. So, as of right now, I don't think the AFC North is going to get a wild card. So, it's going to be it's going to be who wins the AFC North, in my opinion. The Bengals have a tough schedule coming up, and the other teams, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Ravens all have winnable games. So, I think it's a panic.
I'm going no panic. This team just has too many well-rounded players to not succeed. I know the record, doesn't show how they did last year. But I'm gonna go no panic.
All right, so this one, I think the Bengals are no panic. They actually have the same record through 5 games as they did last year when they made the Super Bowl. So, like I said, through 6 games. I think the Bengals are definitely capable of doing everything, and Joe Burrow is still Joe Burrow, and he can do whatever they want. So, we're going to finish it off with the game predictions. So, let's go Thursday Night Football, Saints versus Cardinals. I'm gonna start off here. In this one, I have the Cardinals, 27-17.
I also have the Cardinals. I see DeAndre Hopkins playing a big role in this. So I have the Cardinals 20-17.
I got the Cardinals here. I'm saying this because they're just looking good so far. So I got the Cardinals 17-14.
I'm gonna go against everyone here. I'm gonna go with the Saints in this one. Just think their defense will lock down DeAndre Hopkins. So I'm gonna go with the Saints 20-14.
All right, so the Browns versus the Ravens. This game's gonna be played at Baltimore. The Browns coming off a horrible week, so I think the Ravens are gonna win. A closer game than what they would like, but I have the Ravens 34-31.
I think the Browns are going to come out strong on the road. It's a rivalry game, and I think they're going to come to play. I got the Browns 24-12.
This is going to be a good one. I think I got Ravens over this because Lamar Jackson, he's been doing pretty well. So I got Ravens 34-20.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens in this one. I think Lamar Jackson will overwhelm the Browns with his speed and I guess throwing, but I just think he's overall going back to his MVP state. So I'm gonna go Ravens 30-21.
All right, so we're gonna skip the Bengals and the Falcons. We're gonna go to another game that it could be a surprise upset. The Lions and the Cowboys. So I actually believe in this Lions team, especially with Dak Prescott returning and maybe a little bit injured still, not 100%. So the Lions 28-24.
I agree with Nolan. The Lions, they haven't pulled out many wins, but they've looked really good and kept them close. I got the Lions in this one 17-14.
This one, it's a little bit of a hard decision for me. I got Lions winning this one. They've been looking very, very good. So, the Lions, I got 34. It's going to be very high scoring to 28.
Yeah, I believe in my Lions team. Jamal Williams, and I think DeAndre Swift is back.
He will be, yeah.
We're stronger than ever. So I'm going Lions 24-17.
All right, so a big leap. So for the AFC South division leader, the Colts and the Titans. Both teams' offense has not been struggling. Their defenses have been okay, especially the Titans' defense has been a little bit better. So I think that edge is going to happen with the Titans. So 21-17 ties the Titans.
I think it's going to be a slow game. Offense has been struggling. Like Nolan said, defense has been okay. But I think the Colts are going to pull it out. I got the Colts 14-7.
I really like the Colts. The Colts, they've been playing pretty decent, in my opinion. The Titans have also, they're sort of, they're mid. And I think it's going to be a very, very close game. I got Colts over Titans 21-20.
This one, I got the Titans because I just think Derrick Henry's going to overwhelm the Colts with his run. And, yeah, so I got the Titans 17-14.
We're going to speed past some of these outright winners. So we have three big games. So the Chiefs and the Niners, a rematch of the 2019 Super Bowl. So in my opinion, the Niners are just too slow in offense to the slow pace to beat the fast pace Chiefs. So I have the Chiefs 31-28.
I think it's going to be a cakewalk for the Chiefs. I think it's going to be 31-17.
I agree with Nolan on this one. The Chiefs, they're too fast-paced, and the Niners, they're very slow. No offense or anything, but I got the Chiefs 34-20.
Yeah. Chiefs are looking pretty good this year. They're very strong in offense, very quick on defense, so I'm going to go the Chiefs 42-21.
All right, Steelers versus Dolphins. In my opinion, the Dolphins are going to win. Steelers obviously is just, I don't know, maybe, yeah, they had the big Bucks win, but I still think the Dolphins are going to come on top, 24-17.
Not coming out of a biased standpoint, but I think the Steelers are going to win. They have a lot of their star players returning this week. Defense is going to look a little stronger than it has, and the Dolphins' offense quarterback situation is not good. So I have the Steelers in this one, 17-14.
I got the Steelers in this one because they came off of a very decent week. They beat the Bucks. That was a pretty good show of how good the Steelers are. I got the Steelers 34-20.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Henry and Lewis here. I think the Steelers are going to win this one. Mitch Trubisky coming off a strong fourth quarter. Najee Harris doing pretty well. And I'm going to go Steelers 21-14.
Bears Patriots, Monday Night Football. I have the Patriots 24-10.
Patriots too good for the Bears. Bears are the worst team in the NFL. I got the Patriots 24-10. Agreed.
I got the Patriots 28-20.
This one, I think I got the Patriots 21-10.
So the last segment that we are going to try and add in really quick. We're not going to explain these, but we might actually bring this up as a question most of every week. So my best team and worst team. So my best team is the Eagles, and my worst team is the Carolina Panthers.
My best team is also the Eagles, and my worst team is the Bears.
I think the worst team is the Texans, and then the best team is probably the Eagles.
I got my worst team is the Texans. My best team is the Bills. So.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Sports VIP Lounge, and be back next week. Peace.
Even if my jokes